we're gonna go on into the next section. And the next section is a keynote presentation on the audio opportunity for publishers, presented by Chiara Ferraris, which is the GTM EMEA sell side at Google. Chiara, take it away.
Hello, thank you, Clementina, and hello, everyone. Let me just share my screen.
Brilliant. It's the beauty of live TV.
Yeah. Okay, I hope everyone can see my screen.
Yes.
Okay, thanks a lot. And first of all, thanks to the IAB Europe for inviting me today to this really great and interesting event. And of course, thanks to all the people that are joining the event today. So my name is Chiara Ferraris, and I work at Google since 5 years now. And I'm currently part of the To Market EMEA team. A bit more specifically, my team is in charge of defining commercialization strategies of Google programmatic solutions for publishers, with the final goal of guiding sales teams on growing business partnerships with media companies in EMEA. So within my scope, in the last year, more or less, I've been working quite a lot on audio, and specifically on commercializing solutions to monetize audio inventory through our sell-side platform, Google Ad Manager. So today I'm very happy to be here to have the chance to tell you a bit more about the audio opportunity for publishers. Let me start by saying something that I think was already said by the other people before me, that digital audio is definitely an increasingly exciting space. But frankly, I believe it is still an underutilized channel for the advertising. We saw the data from the annual presentation before, but I would only add that, for example, eMarketer predicted that this year, 2020, will be the first time when people will spend more time listening to digital audio content than terrestrial radio. And also some initial data from Comscore indicates that this is even more accelerated due to the COVID-19 emergency. Furthermore, still according to eMarketer, if we take the overall digital specific consumption, this year, US adults will spend more time with digital audio apps than any other mobile app activity, including social media, video, and gaming. So I really don't think this should come as a surprise to anyone, especially in the audience today, because audio media and sound-based interactions are increasingly becoming more and more integrated into our everyday lives. So let me mention a few examples that everyone could relate to. First of all, the continued growth of popular music platforms. Just to name a few: Spotify, Pandora, SoundCloud, and YouTube Music. Then the emergence of podcasts as a media phenomenon that is becoming an instrumental part of millions of people's everyday lives. And of course, finally, the proliferation of new internet-connected devices like, on one side, smart TVs, but more specifically, audio and sound-first technology, like, for example, the assistant technologies and the smart speakers. But if we go a bit beyond this increase in user time spent, we can clearly see that the growth opportunity of digital audio sits in the fact that we are seeing the rise of new moments when we are finally able to connect with users. And these moments are extremely valuable because usually they are moments when users are not reachable with visual formats. For example, when a user is exercising, when they are working, when they are commuting, or even relaxing. And this means, of course, incremental reach and frequency for advertising campaigns. From an impact perspective, audio ads are also unique, especially if we compare them with visual-first formats. Why? Because they have 100% share of attention from one of our most acute senses as humans, which is the sense of hearing. So as a result, they don't face the same congestion and what we could call banner blindness that display formats can have. There is a strong evidence, in fact, that suggests that capturing user attention with sound-first storytelling can make the ad messaging even more impactful. In fact, some research from Spotify and Nielsen together found out that, on one side, audio ads can drive on average a 24% higher recall than display ads. And additionally, multi-format campaigns that include audio ads show a 160% increase in purchase intent if compared with campaigns with video-only ads. So this really speaks to the ability that sound-first experiences can have, on one side in capturing user attention, but on the other side, their value as a complementary element to video. So it's clear that the impact of reaching users in different contexts can drive better brand outcomes. So we all see that digital audio has the full potential to be a critical component to any media plan. But now let's look at it from the publisher's perspective. So as people listen to more streaming music, digital radio, podcasts, and even text-to-speech news articles, publishers are seeing more and more opportunities to grow their revenue with new formats. So basically today, they have the possibility to revitalize this, we could say this century-old format, which is audio, with new technologies. So historically, we could all agree on the fact that audio advertising has not kept the pace with the online advertising world. And publishers who have experimented to sell audio ads were required to do that directly, or sometimes by implementing some technical workaround, for example, by retrofitting video ads into a digital audio ads format. And of course, this resulted in poor listening experiences for the users and limited revenue for the publishers. So, to help publishers monetize their digital audio content effectively, Google Ad Manager is finally now expanding support for audio ads, launching new features like programmatic monetization for audio ads, dynamic ad insertion for audio, and new forecasting capabilities. All of these new audio features that, by the way, are currently in open beta in our product, are important not only for the publishers, who is finally gaining the opportunities to monetize digital audio content, but they are also good for the digital ecosystem in general. Why? Because on one end, they make the advertiser able to reach more relevant audiences in new moments, so the moments that I mentioned at the beginning, but at the same time, they allow users to experience better quality ads in the audio environment as well. So I think, like, when we talk about publishers' monetization of audio content, I think it's very important to have in mind that there are different types of audio inventory. And I try to group them in 5 key categories, and each one of them can unblock new possibilities, but they also have important differences between one another, both from a technology perspective, but also from a content consumption perspective, always from a publisher point of view. So let me give you a quick description of the different categories. Let's start from the first one, music streaming. Music streaming is any music service that's on browser or on app, and can be described as a set of audio clips specific to an individual user streaming in an online environment. The second category is streaming radio. It's pretty straightforward. So streaming radio is any sort of radio which is streamed over the internet to a digital device. And usually it's streamed in live stream, which means that many users are listening to the exact same content at the same time. This is the key difference between the streaming radio and the music stream, the live stream element. Then we have text-to-speech, TTS. Text-to-speech is any articles or, more in general, any written content that is converted to audio using voice actors or specific TTS, text-to-speech technologies. Then we find podcasts. We have spoken quite a lot about podcasts, and to be clear how we can describe podcast. So podcast can be intended as any audio content that a user can download or stream, which is typically distributed via an RSS stream across a wide range of third-party platforms. And finally, the last category, smart speakers, includes here any sort of audio content that is created and consumed via a smart speaker and assistant device in general. So today, Google Ad Manager current solution is able to fully support the first 3 categories: music streaming, streaming radio, and text-to-speech. When it comes to podcasts and smart speakers, we are currently working very hard to develop a monetization solution. We have started this year by running a podcast pilot with AdSense, but we are currently exploring the development of podcast and smart speaker solution for Ad Manager, with a final goal of making sure that publisher will be able to grow revenue across these emerging formats very, very soon. So let me ask you a question. So what is the key element today for publisher when it comes to audio monetization today. So I really think that the key here is the possibility to manage audio together with other formats and develop a true cross-format monetization strategy across audio, video, and display content. And that's exactly the idea behind the new Google Ad Manager audio features. So the goal here is to allow publishers manage all of their inventory in one place, in one platform, making it easier for them to deliver the best ad format depending on how the users are engaging with the content. I would like to give you some examples, some use cases of audio monetization across different categories, because I think this could clarify the importance of monetizing seamlessly across different formats and types of inventory. So if a person is interacting with a music streaming app on their phone or computer, is actively interacting with the app, the publisher has the possibility to deliver a video ad. But if the streaming service is running in the background and the user is not actively on the page or on the app, the video ad is not the best format. In this case, it would be much better for the publisher and the advertiser as well to serve an audio-only ad. In a different situation, when users are listening to their digital radio in-app or in browser, the publisher can insert ads into live audio streams across a variety of devices by using the dynamic ad insertion functionality. So I think it's really clear that these features help audio publishers delivering the right ad format to the right device at the right time, allowing them to provide a high-quality ad experience for the users, but at the same time, maximizing the revenue. Let me give you a concrete example of a well-known publisher, Tunein, which is an audio streaming service that delivers live news, music, sports, and also podcasts. They are currently using Google Ad Manager audio features to manage all of their inventory across formats. And they very recently stated that Ad Manager really helped them to streamline their business by, first of all, increasing the operational efficiency, then monetizing more effectively, and finally, very important, keeping providing a better user experience. On top of formats and type of inventory that we have already described, another important element for publisher today is the access to the demand. Ad Manager gives the partners the flexibility to sell their audio inventory any way they want, whether that's through programmatic guaranteed, preferred deals, or even open auction, but also through more traditional like reservation and direct sales. What is key here is the fact that with programmatic monetization capabilities, publishers are finally able to unlock additional demand for the audio inventory. This demand could come from different sources, from all the authorized buyers, which includes third-party DSPs, from DV360, of course, and in the future, also from Google Ads, with a final objective for publisher to maximize fill rates and revenue. Let me tell you something about Spotify. Spotify, that we all know as one of the world's most popular audio streaming companies, launched audio programmatically to make their inventory available to more advertisers and grow revenue. I would like to directly quote the words of Brett Alone, who is the head of global automation sales at Spotify, who recently said that it had always been our top priority to give our clients the flexibility to transact in the way that makes the most sense for their goals and objectives. And programmatic helped us make audio inventory available to more advertisers and grow revenue. So you can clearly see the importance of the programmatic demand for audio in the audio space. But let's take a step further. Beyond programmatic and beyond also the functionalities like the dynamic ad insertion for audio, we are also launching new capabilities in Google Ad Manager around audio forecasting. This means that audio as a format can be broken down from other formats in Google Ad Manager, giving publisher insights into audio inventory availability and performances, separately from any other formats, display or video. Forecasting, of course, is based on historical data, but it takes into account also seasonality, with the goal of projecting how many audio impressions a publisher could have available. And this, of course, will help in planning campaigns and growing revenue. These features that I have explained quickly to you are actually actually just the beginning for audio monetization. So as mentioned before, we are actively exploring solutions to allow publishers growing revenue across emerging formats. That could be podcast and smart speaker tomorrow, but maybe other new raising formats in the future. So at this point, for the sake of time, I'd like to close my speech by suggesting all of you to stay tuned for future audio monetization solutions and opportunities. Because I really believe that audio is a great opportunity for many publishers, not only for audio-specific publishers, but for many news and content producers in general, because it will help them grow their business in the long term and in a sustainable way. If you have any question or comment, or you wanted to reach out, I'm really happy to receive your emails. So here you can find my email address in the slide. And so thanks again for listening, and thanks again to the IAB Europe for giving me the chance to speak at this great event today. Thank you.